What's going on? What's going on, family? Hey, I know you missed us. We are here in the building. You know what it is, the Champions Corner podcast. I'm here with my brothers doing all the heavy lifting. Fellas, how you doing this evening?
Hey, we're doing great. Doing great. Ready to talk about some AEW.
AEW, feeling good, feeling great. How are you? We get ready. AEW has something coming up soon. They have that All In Wembley Stadium. We're going to be talking about that. And there was a fire Monday Night Raw this past week as well. So we're going to touch a little bit on that as well. But, there's a lot of great things going on in the wrestling industry. We love to hear. We love to see you here, and we love to bring it to you. So, fellas, what do you say? You ready to get rolling?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in.
This guy here, you already hitting them. Look, clickbait. Anyway, look.
Hey, you know how to do it.
Hey, yeah, man. But let's go ahead and get it in because it's going to be a huge show. And one of the things that's always special about any however you say it, depending on the company, PLD, pay-per-view, however you want to categorize that, it's always something special when you have somebody potentially putting, their career on the line. And you always wonder, now you always hear the headlines about the contract is up here, or, they made a DVD here that's kind of hinted towards them wanting to be, done with the business because they want to pursue other things, or they just want to be home with family. In this particular case, there's a guy who's had many names in this business, American Dragon, B+ player, just to name a few,
Let them know.
Sean,
the leader of the Yes movement. But if nothing else, man, this guy is whatever company he in, he's proven to be the heart and soul of that company. And we're talking about Bryan Danielson. And so, Sean, you can take that steak face off of him because he beat Triple H. But look,
WrestleMania, we was in the building for that.
Yeah.
It's all we have picks. I mean, it's all good.
Hey, you know what? We know eventually we're gonna do a show on just that WrestleMania, and we know why. There's a lot went on that day. But fellas, is this Bryan Danielson's last match at AEW All In? I want you to keep in mind before you answer. He has yet to want. He's had a couple of shots at this particular title, but he has not won it yet. It lets me believe that he doesn't really want it. So you tell me, is this his last match?
I'll say for a while, because I feel like in wrestling, never say never. And, wrestlers always find a reason to come back and have one more, or a few more, or a little last stretch. I mean, look at who was in the company just with him. Edge. We all thought he was done. That was his last match when he fought Sheamus. Then we turn around, hey, he got a whole bunch of matches in AEW. So who say damn? Huh? I mean, he gonna tell he got injured. I mean, he went full. He was going full bore. You know what I'm saying? All kind of extreme matches. And so Bryan Danielson said, "Yeah, I'm still like he gonna spend time with his family when he get that time, but he may eventually go back to WWE because the reason he came to AEW in the first place, he just want to go to Japan and mostly to wrestle." And wrestling talent that's in AEW, of course, which you got to do because, I mean, why not? Because they're going to have great matches because they have great athletes there. Why not face them? But he wanted to be in Japan mostly. And like you said, he has had shots at the title, didn't win. They building this up like this is his last thing, and he going to go and leave it all out there and try to get the title and go out on top. But I really don't think he's going to do it. Maybe I'm biased because I want Swerve to win, but I just don't think that's what in his heart, that's what he wants. He just want to go on top, put somebody over, and go out on his back, like most of the wrestlers do, and pass the torch to the next man. And a lot of people, and like I say, he had them names that want to be plus player. I feel like some people looked at Swerve that way. And so he put another guy over just like he did with Kofi Kingston at WrestleMania 35. They called him to be plus player just like they did with him when he was Daniel Bryan. And he put Kofi over, and that was the biggest moment for Kofi. And this could leave a great legacy for Swerve and giving him this last match, putting Bryan Danielson out of wrestling period from what he's saying. But like I said, I feel like he's gonna come back one day, but this will be a great legacy to leave and great torch to pass. So as far as his last match, maybe, but I don't think he's winning the title going out.
Ladies and gentlemen of the digital audience, I feel like we always come to this point in the road where we're talking about Daniel Bryan's retirement. I feel like this is an ongoing situation. I feel like, to your point, that was a very good analysis. I think this is it for him in AEW. I think this is it. Is that ran his course? I think this is it, and I don't see Swerve, losing the title. But I am also on the camp of a potential upset. You never know. But I would like to see Daniel Bryanson. That's what we call him, right? I would like to see
Bryan Danielson.
Bryan Danielson.
Don't know what to call him, but one thing, and I'm not going to say it because has some people here that might not agree that he's a B+ player, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget it. But I think that I think he's gonna go off into the sunset. Have that moment with his family and think about what's next. And I mean, hey, the way things going, we always know Triple H he's the GOAT of burying the hatchet, mending fences, mending relationships. He's always got his hand on the post. They said over the weekend, he always looking at X, which was formerly Twitter. He's always looking at what the fans are saying. So who knows? We might see him back in the WWE, but I'm looking forward to maybe a possible retirement for him.
Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, Sean, you said you wasn't gonna say it, then you said it.
I couldn't.
But
He had to let it out. He had to let it out.
He can't hold it in. He can't hold it in. But we're not gonna worry about that. But
I'm supposed to tell the truth to the digital audience. The truth.
I would like to add to that because Sean, you touched on something about, and RC alluded to it as well about going back to WWE, and Triple H is mending the fences. I don't think he left on bad terms with WWE, but to your point, he wanted to wrestle in WWE, New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I saw him talking the other day about, things are better over there, but he may be done because Tony Khan himself said if he was to turn it over tomorrow, it'll be to Bryan Danielson, the company. You said that some time ago. You know what I'm saying? About if anybody he can trust with it. You know what I mean? So that was some time ago, though. I don't have the exact quote of what he said, but I remember him kind of that's paraphrasing it, what he said around that time. But I also would say he's saying that it's always that itch to scratch, man. He's saying he wanted to spend time. By the time his son became 3 or 4, he wanted to be home full time. But it's always that itch to scratch, man. The kids grow up. You know what I'm saying? Now they can see daddy, they can understand a little bit more now and things of that nature, and you come back. We've seen, man, how many people we have seen retire 10,000 times? 50, 100 later, how to say back, you know what I'm saying? They came back, to the Hogans, to the Flairs, to the Shawn Michaels came back one time, so he did kind of keep it, The Undertaker still, technically retired. He had a couple of things, but he's technically still retired, So you see it all the time in the business. Sting, you know what I'm saying? Like Force Retire comes back, Edge, Force Retire comes back. Don't know what he want to do, goes over to AEW. It's a lot of things, man. That business can be very addictive. But I would like to say I think it is his swan song, because I feel like he's maybe accomplished something that he always wants to do now. He might be full, but then again, at the same time, it's his decision to make. So more to come, I guess, on that. Is there a lot of meat on that bone, ladies and gentlemen? You tell us, because he's been doing a lot of eating. So, traveling around the world, making classic, like I said, match of the year candidate against Will Ospreay already this year. So if he's going out with a bang, man. So, and if he's going to put Swerve over, which I believe he's going to, I don't see Swerve losing that title. So if you're going to put him over and Swerve could be the man to say he did that, that'll sentiment him as well.
But if Swerve lose, is it a bad thing?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't. I don't think it wouldn't make sense because you say it's your last match. So if you win the world title, what you gonna vacate it? What's the point of that?
Ladies and gentlemen,
they're gonna make you stay a little bit longer, or I mean,
I will remind you, not to say it'll be the same thing, but that's kind of how the screw job happened.
Yeah.
He was leaving, keep the title, then leave. Yeah. But I'm not saying what side I was on for that. I'm just saying that's how I got.
I mean, I don't think it would be like that,
I didn't say it was.
Yeah.
I just said that that was one, if not the biggest reason why that happened. I don't think Tony Khan would pull that. He would probably actually have a celebration on like the next show and then have him retire like that, which has happened before. I mean, Sting retired as tag team champion. You know what I'm saying? And they had a tournament and things of that nature. So I don't think they would do that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, in the business, decisions be made.
Mm.
You need to make it right, me, Tony. Come on.
Yeah.
You got a lot of hope.
Hey.
I mean, I think Swerve is doing great as champion.
Yeah, I think so too. But anything's possible on any given Sunday. Any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But moving along now, one of the biggest hits as well that's coming along on AEW All In is Mariah May. Is this her moment? Is this her moment? Is this the time to pull the trigger and take it off Tony Storm?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I'm enjoying the story, and I think that it's going to be it's been very compelling TV. It's been very compelling storyline, but I think Tony Storm just has a it factor. She has the company behind her. I think she got a few more lengthy time to run and hold a women's championship. I don't see. I don't know. I don't see it happening like that.
Okay, before you go, let me ask you this. So in this business, we've been watching this business for a while. Is a moment actually when somebody wins or loses? Like, is it a moment either way? Or are we talking specifically, is this going to be just a big moment for her to go over?
Probably a big moment for her to go over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because they in her country, and the way it's being built up, I mean, it would make sense for her to win because she knows Tony Storm the best right now. And she's been a protege and whatnot, and them proteges come back to bite you sometime.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of times, the student beat the teacher. You know what I'm saying? And the way she's been building it up, and especially that great video package or they did with her, or the vignette or whatever you want to call it. She's saying she just been looking past Tony Storm already. Like she's gonna beat her and then move on, like and forget about Tony Storm easily.
That's a mistake.
Yeah, it probably is, but that's where her confidence is or her ego is right now. And Tony Storm have been good. She done been driven crazy by Mariah May with this. she been high now, disguising herself anywhere she can to get close to Mariah May to beat her down. With makeup looking crazy. I mean, she done turned into a kind of a savage right now. So you done back Tony Storm into a corner, and she got something to lose, but she fighting like she don't.
Mm-hmm.
And that probably is dangerous. But Mariah May is talented. She's been undefeated on Collision, and she's been having a little streak right now. So her confidence is way up there. So, and that confidence with the crowd being behind her also. I mean, I think it might be split actually, but Mariah May gonna try to take her moment because most of the roster hasn't been able to touch Tony Storm lately in the past number of months. And like I said, Mariah May knows her, and I feel like she's gonna take advantage.
Let me ask you this then. Again, kind of to what we said, kind of the question we said last time. If Tony loses, what does that do for her?
Do for Tony? It gives her time to reflect on what she needs to do and to get back on top. Because she may go for a rematch because All Out is right around the corner. That could be a quick turnaround. So then it doesn't have to end at All In. So they can continue this, which, like I said, we were saying before, AEW needs to do. Don't do like a one match and be done with it. Continue it.
Right.
Unless somebody else debuts or something that they really want to go for the world title or move up to the world title, they can continue this. But the way Tony Storm got beat down, I feel like it could be more than one match. and the way she was bleeding like that from that shoe, that was kind of it was gruesome, man.
It was.
But I mean, this storyline can become legendary. You know what I'm saying? To me,
Yeah.
this is the first compelling storyline that they've produced. You know, a lot of storylines that just they throw it out there and hope it sticks. This is stuck. So I don't see I see it being quite a few times. That's why I don't see her winning on the first time. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're in your hometown, we saw that don't mean nothing. That don't mean that you're gonna win just because you're in your hometown, unless you unless you the women tag champs on SmackDown, you know. But other than that, I
Don't do that.
other than that, you're not really winning in your hometown. You know what I'm saying? So that, I wouldn't bank on that just because she's in her hometown. She got the home crowd behind her. I wouldn't bank on that. I think this storyline, if they play the cards right, is too good to just let it be thrown to the wayside. Like she win, Tony Storm go back to the drawing board, figure out what she going. I think that this storyline is too good for it to be like that.
Yeah, it should continue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think it should. To RC's point again, that beatdown was like, hold on now, you ain't gonna beat me in the face with no shoe and think this is over like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the way she got, you know, I don't think nobody ever did that to Tony. And then now, to Sean's point, they do this right. This could be legendary. This could be because like Tony came up, and now she could bring somebody else up with her even more so. You know what I'm saying? And then so it's like anytime they touch in the future, it's more like, okay, I know it's gonna be magic every time. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna be it could be. I guess we have to wait and see, but it can be very, very legendary. I do agree with that.
Yeah, and AEW needs more women that really built up to that level.
Mhm.
Because Mariah May has already won that Owen Hart tournament. That's a feather in her cap, and to win the big one right there, hey, that's big. That's another star in your hands.
Yeah.
And Tony Storm going to continue her momentum. So
she could still be a star. Doesn't mean that she got to get the big one right now. She still got to pay her dues.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, this would solidify Tony Storm as the woman in that division. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think she's had a pretty stellar run. So, I mean, she had it since 2023, right? She's had it for a while, man.
No. Yeah. It could go either way.
But I mean, if she win, if May wins, I mean, that's a plus. I mean, that's pretty good plus, man. I think she carries herself well. I think she got the momentum, but I just don't see her winning it this soon.
But you know, I think of all kind of factors with this, man. Like, is Tony burnt out? You know, what's gonna pull the plug on that? She's gonna take time off and then come back stronger. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna happen like that. You know, and then it gives that time, and maybe give that time to Mariah May to build up as a champion. You know what I'm saying? So when Tony comes back, it's like even more both on another level. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I guess we have to wait and see. You know, we don't have to wait long, but we have to wait and see and see how that goes. But that reminds me of something because we know leading up to this tremendous event for AEW, certainly the largest of the day, like of the year for them, with stars like Mercedes Mone, who can sell out. Regardless how you feel about her, she could sell out an arena by her name, right? Can we agree on that?
By herself?
I don't think
I'm saying
by
with her
herself.
being, I'm saying with her, she could the talent can thank her for the house potentially because she can go in the ring, and people know that.
Yeah, we know she's gonna put on a good show. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about promoing and all that type stuff. You know what I'm saying? We already had some conversations about that kind of stuff. I'm talking about her.
Well, you gotta talk them into the building, man.
Yeah. Hey, they know the matches are great. We can look at the history of matches. But what I'm saying is,
She's not talking them in the building right now.
hey, now we see that's a whole other thing. Hey, we could do another podcast on that too. But what I'm saying is that, you know, she has a heater now, right? She has a heater now, Kamille.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about their chemistry? And is it like a Sean? You appreciate this? Is it like a Triple H China type of chemistry? Or do you see it getting there?
Oh, I don't know. It's been compared to a lot of things lately, like Sean and Diesel. But and more accurately, I don't I can't think of the girl name, but it was Sable and the bodyguard she had. Was it like Babs or something like that?
I can't remember right now off the top of my head.
Yeah, it looked like that. But Triple H in China, yeah, I mean, you can use that one because a lot of these women right there, the big, especially the big, more muscular women, or more tall, muscular women, they could be compared to China, and because she set that precedent a long time ago, and a lot of people follow her footsteps. Like they compare Rhea to her and people like that. So and I hate Kamille because Kamille did a good job in NWA with Nick Aldis.
Mm-hmm.
And so she showed she could be that type. And I think she was that type for Nick Aldis with a Triple H and China type thing. And so, but I don't think, I feel like sometimes she's slow to pick up on what's going on. Because the kind of last Dynamite where Britt Baker took forever to get in the ring. She put her glove on. She took time to put her glove on. And Kamille out there still fighting whoever that fan was supposed to be that Planet fan was. She's still outside beating them down while Britt Baker beating down Monet. I'm like, come on. You gonna be my bodyguard. Get on it. Come on. Do what you're supposed to do. Do your job. But for the most part, she's there, but I don't know. That right there kind of like, it's slow. It's slow.
You know what this relationship reminds me of, and we probably already seen that. We've seen this maybe middle school, high school. You know that person who only bother people because of who they had with them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They tried to like act bad, and y'all both had a face right there. You know that person who would like they'll bother somebody just because of who they have, just because of somebody who has their back, and they know they can do anything because nobody want to bother that person that has their back. That's how they acted. That's how she acted to me, because when she came out with it, she's like dancing around and doing her little, stick or whatever. And I'm like, and Kamille just sitting there, arms folded type of thing. I dare you, right? But if they continue to do that, that would continue to generate heat. And I think that they push on that a little bit more. That would be like, man, I wish somebody just knock her out. You know what I'm saying? And then if you do that right, and I'm Sean, I know you want to comment on it, but if you do that right, you can potentially bring somebody up, and then have them bring somebody with them that can take care of Kamille, take out the picture. And I'm hoping it's Willie Nightingale. I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping.
That's way overdue.
No rematch. What? I need to find out who signed the contract for no rematches these days.
That's way overdue. That's why if this thing happened to Tony Storm, that's it. Nah, man, but
she on the pre-show to determine the stipulation for the next match and for the next show. So you're on the pre-show with a stipulation. Never mind. We're going on topic. I ain't gonna go there.
Let me say this. Let me say this, and we can move on, and you can go, bro. But I mean, to your point, I mean, it's the perfect. She's being an enforcer. I think this is what Mercedes Monet needs. She's got a really good enforcer. And Camilla, I get these names mixed up. Kamille, yeah. So listen, she's got a great enforcer. But to your point, man, off subject, man, that girl need her rematch though. But anyway, man. Anyway, but she's a great enforcer, and so essentially she's there because Mercedes Monet is facing Britt, right? Dr. Britt, right? Right. Yeah. So I don't know, man. She's a good enforcer. But is it the China Triple H dynamic? I wouldn't go that far.
I just compared it because that was different, because you had a woman being a bodyguard for a man.
Right.
So that was different, especially back then. She didn't say anything, she just stood there, right? And I remember she swung little Marlena around like it wasn't nothing. Man, I thought her head was gonna fly off. I ain't lying.
She's one
they showed that a million times, boy. That was great.
Goodness, bro. But I think if it's done right, it can build that way. You know, I think it was it Bubba Ray that said something he didn't like about it about Kamille. I guess somebody tried to attack her and she like backed up instead of just kind of standing like that brick wall or something like that. But you know,
Mhm.
that's all learning. You know, trying to trying to do things, trying to do things what you're trying to do, and just trying to build it and make it seem right, and test new things out. But the one thing I will say, she should stand like a brick wall. She should stand like nobody can touch her, and nobody bet not touch Mercedes. That's how she should present herself.
Yeah, and build up some cement there. You know, the reason she's there is show her value.
Mhm.
Mercedes gets to win this match.
She gonna
If
win,
Mercedes don't, if she don't win this match, then what's the point of Kamille even being there?
but she still has 2 titles, right?
Yeah, but that main one is the AEW Women's Championship. That's what she signed to. That's the company she's in. She wants to keep that one.
Well, I mean, the TBS. I think if she, yeah, I don't know how long. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I think she's gonna have that title for a year
It'll make sense.
because I don't see nobody who can take it off her right now, except
It'll
Willow.
make sense. Unless, like I said, I really feel like it's gonna be a comeback. Somebody gonna come back, or somebody gonna debut at All In. And I was thinking about Jamie Hayter, but I don't know what she is on her timeline, what she got going on. But I really see her coming back, especially with Britt Baker being on this match, and they were together for a good amount of time.
Mhm.
That'd be good for her to come out after the match. That's why I feel like Mercedes will win, and Jamie Hayter would make a return.
Mhm. Okay,
That's what I feel like would happen.
okay, that's a prediction. I mean, we got a portion coming up with that. That'll be good to kind of chime in on at that point there. But
Yeah, yeah.
I think Mercedes is going to hold this title for over a year or so. At the moment, because to Sean's point, Will and Knight haven't gotten a rematch. But anyway, that's not going to be. That's not going to be.
That's messed up, man. That's messed up.
Hey,
Well, what do you put that on the bottom? Hashtag Willow rematch for Willow.
You rematch, man.
hey, now, now, I want to move on to something else that I don't fully understand as of yet, and maybe y'all can help me. Somebody tell me what's happening here with Jack Perry in this title, this black title.
Boy, that TBS title has had so many different looks. It had at least 8. I mean, it got 8 different looks for that title.
They need to get rid of this title.
Nah, man, I don't know.
I ain't gonna get rid of it.
It looked kind of cool. It looked burnt with some blood, like coming from it. Which I guess that's kind of cool. But the coolest thing about it is
It looked like
Jack
a cane
Perry
mask.
made that. Huh?
It looked like a cane mask.
Oh, hey, yeah. But the coolest thing about it is Jack Perry made that himself. He put all that together. He did the melting of all the metals and he splashed thing with paint. He did all that himself. They got a whole video of him doing it himself. That's the kind of it's pretty cool how he did it. So I give him very much credit on that. Also, like I said, I give him credit because what was it? Blood and Guts match. He didn't give up in that match, and I feel like he's standing up to Darby.
Right.
He continues to stand up to Darby. This man has been burnt up, about to get burned again, and still wouldn't give up. And he don't mind putting his title on the line. He buried the other one. He put the other guy. He was fighting the guy on Collision.
Yeah, put him in
The body bag.
Yeah, put him in the body bag.
Spray painted his face, and put the standard title in the bag with it. Like I'm burying it all. I'm putting my new title out here. So Jack Perry, he getting some respect for me, Bo. I ain't care about that CM Punk stuff or whatever, but what he doing right now is he giving some respect for me.
Right.
All right, check this out real quick, Sean, before you chime in here, bro. Okay. So you say he didn't give up to Darby Allin. You said some key there, right? About to get set on fire.
Again.
So you mean to tell me this? He's not gonna give up on fire. Darby Allin don't give up for nothing. I mean, this man got hit by a bus for real and came back almost a month later.
Right.
And you mean to tell me these two are not gonna butt heads in the man show stealer? That's all I'm gonna say on that one.
And then, I don't know. And it's a casket match or something, ain't it?
Coffin match, they
Or
call it over there.
well, that's a coffin match, same thing, but coffin match. So hey, it's gonna be one to see. This whole card is great right now, but that's gonna be something to see right there.
Hey,
I don't know what all they gonna do in that.
hey, say it with me now. Show Stiller.
Show Stiller.
I don't know, man. It's hard to put that on that. We got MJF and Osprey, bro. Come on. I don't know, bro.
I'm not saying it ain't gonna be good. I'm just saying show Stiller because them
It's gonna,
dog moments.
it's gonna be every one of the moments of the night. But show still Osprey, MJF, or Danielson and Swerve. Is that them two top matches? Is like, come on.
Listen, it's gonna be Danielson. It's gonna be Danielson and Swerve. I think that's gonna be the show Stiller of the night. But I'm looking at
they're gonna follow a hell of a card.
Man, yeah.
That's
yeah.
Hey, so this is gonna put your money. This what makes you a champion. You gotta follow that.
Yeah,
unless you're my guy coming after Undertaker and Shawn Michaels match. Like, what in the world, right? So we don't want to go there. But anyway,
you win.
I'm thinking about that.
I'm just saying. I mean, there's no way you can follow that up. But these guys, they can do it. You don't have that. You ain't got that pressure on the card. You ain't got these showstopper on the card. But I'm looking at this title here, and this title look like it's been burnt up.
I mean, that probably was the inspiration for the title. He burned up and bloody, so that's probably inspiration for it. But I just think it's cool he made it himself. I mean, that's dope.
I'm looking at it, man, and it's really tight. The kids they still say it's hard. Is that what they say? They say it's lit. What they're saying?
Yeah,
the kids
don't do that.
Hey,
put in the comments what the kids saying, man. But I think this, man, I like it, man. I like it, man. But this thing, it done gone through many changes. But many changes. But this guy Jack Perry, man, I'm with you, Crump. More respect is coming. I think the thing between him and CM Punk is long gone. I hope no one brings that up ever again. I hope no one talks about it, and just focus on his future, what he got going on, man. But I echo everything that you just said, bro.
Mm-hmm.
May I speak to the jury, please? It's professional wrestling, brothers. Nobody lets anything go, apparently, sometimes. Like, we still talking about things that happened 15, 20 years ago, and everybody else done moved on.
I don't say, come on, man. He doing well for himself as TNT champion, man.
I'm not talking about him. This is not a shot at him, because he's doing phenomenal. What I'm saying is, you know how people, you'll hear it all over the place, man. People just talking about this, that, and the other. Hey, everybody done moved on, and then somebody else bring it back. Like, you remember that time? They hold it against you, man. Good gracious, man. But
this TNT title. So, Crump, you the expert in this. Would this be equivalent to like an Intercontinental title, or this is like their lightweight title?
To me, it's like Intercontinental title, but the way in AEW, it's hard to rank the title sometimes.
They got 6 more belts coming out, apparently. I read an article today. They got 6 more new championships coming out.
Lord, I hope not. I hope not, Lord.
If I could say something real quick, Sean, that TNT title reminds me of the television title in WCW. That's what I would equate it to. Because remember, we had the television, cruiserweight, but you also had the U.S. title.
Mm-hmm.
The second in command, if you will, as far as titles go. That's what I would put it. I don't know if Crump agrees with that or not, but I would say it's like the television title in WCW. So it's like the up and coming to the up and coming.
Right. Dang.
Well, I mean, the times AEW, I feel like they keep switching places.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they brought all these new titles, like the Continental title, or now the American Championship for MJF, that can be put up. Like, they switch places. That and the TNT title switch places a lot for me. Not in the past few months. It depends on who has it, and that's what way it ranks. Depending on who has it, seem like.
Right.
So that's why I say it's hard to say sometimes. But originally, I feel like it was the Intercontinental title. Like that's what it is.
So
main event is world champion. Also gonna be the world championship, But
let me make y'all laugh real quick. So according to Wrestling Talk, these 6 new titles, they got the names listed here. You want to hear them?
Oh Lord, it can't be real.
Yeah,
Hold
I
on.
Number
was saying
six.
the same thing.
Number 6. I hope this ain't real. Number 6 is AEW Meat Championship.
Man, get out of here, man. Hey, I know
All right,
this
you
ain't
know
no
what?
real list.
You
Ain't
know
no
what?
way.
You know what?
It's for the big fellas. It's for
Hey,
the big
I guess
for
next
the
we're
big
calling
fellas.
AEW mashed potatoes.
Yes.
Hold on, I just want to hear. I'm curious now for the rest of them.
It's for the big fellas, man. Let me see what the rest of these are. Let's see. Oh, it don't show the so a cruiserweight championship. So they're gonna do a cruiserweight.
Okay,
See that? I can see that.
that makes sense.
That's better than AEW Meat Championship. They're gonna do a mixed tag championship.
Oh, I did hear about that one.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna do a mixed tag championship. Let me see what else they got. And this is according to Wrestling Talk. And then they're gonna do a new. Oh, they're gonna do. That can't be it. That can't be right. It says. Then time. So they're doing that. They're doing the Speed Championship like WWE.
Oh no, man. Well, I know Triple H was talking about the women's speed championship also. I was like, I don't even see a point in that title. I'm like,
They need to get rid of that Speed program. And so then they're gonna have an interpromotional championship.
what?
It was number one.
Let me see what number 1 is. So, but the article says these are 6 potential. Then they're gonna do a women's tag team championship. So
Okay, the only one I want to talk about is the meat one. Congratulations, Hook got a title.
it's for the big fellas. Meat
Yeah,
championship.
hold on. Damn, I'm trying to think who the hell that.
I done told you.
No, man, it gotta be somebody bigger than that.
No, what's that boy? What's the boy that left WWE? He's still there, right?
Keith Lee?
Keith Lee.
Oh, I ain't seen that man in ages. Oh, what that man doing?
Look,
Other
But
than that, it's Hobbs, then Kill Switch, somebody like that. But I really hope they don't bring that out. Like I said, that just sounds ridiculous.
you know, I would ask why to a lot of things. But why are we having another battle royal as we transition on here to determine this next world champion?
Cause
maybe. Mhm.
I've been trying to figure it out. I thought Darby won the last one. I'm like, Darby getting all the shots, ain't it? Dang. If they don't believe in nobody, they believe in Darby Allin because Lord, he getting all the shots.
He did it all, man.
Did they cancel that one? Because yeah, they.
Hey, they're trying to help that man.
But they having another one. I'm like, because I feel like they already built. They got Darby has a title match. We about to go with Bryan Danielson, and I feel like Heyman Page is building. He should be building up to it.
Yeah, because he got the next shot at All Out, right? Or he got Swerve at All Out, apparently, right? Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure it out because we got to see if Swerve win this match. So I
Right.
don't know if he has one or not.
Hmm.
But I feel like that's what they should be building up to. So I'm like, what's the point of doing another battle royal for this? I feel like if you do anything, you do it for the TNT or one of the other championships you trying to build up.
Mhm.
Right.
Do it for that because we've already done this. But hey, like I said, you know how they try to get everybody on the card. So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, but in all seriousness, so for them to have a battle royal ever so often to determine that, do you see? Well, obviously, the way you responded, you probably don't see the purpose of it. But is I think they should try doing tournaments.
They do a lot of those too. They do a lot of tournaments and battle royals for to determine these championships
But
or the contenders at least.
I think though, what do they call it, contenders eliminator or something like that.
Yeah, championship eliminator.
Yeah. So my thing is that though, just make it make sense if you're gonna do it. Add a little story piece in there, which I know a lot of people are already saying. I'm not going to repeat that. People keep saying AEW is missing stories, but I think that hopefully something big story can come out of this one. Because you talk about what you got a title shot next week. You got a title shot in about 3 weeks or so, all out potentially, and then you're gonna have leading to other things as well. So if you just setting the champion up to meet the marker, it's like the champion is chasing the city. You know what I'm saying? I got a meeting here. And not like the person coming for, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's backwards, but maybe that's the way they like doing it. I guess maybe their diehard fans appreciate it. I don't know. I don't know Tony Khan. Well, I know Tony Khan is always on X. He's always commenting and doing matches and doing shows and all that stuff. So I know that. I see that all the time. Justified chance. This is awesome. That's his favorite one right there.
Yeah, you said that passion. You said
Yeah.
that with a lot of passion.
For me,
Yeah, I know that.
yeah. I mean, you see it, bro. If you follow him, you see it on there. I follow him on social media, so on X. So I know that's the fact. But nonetheless, quick question then. Oh, I'm sorry, Sean. You said something.
No, so go ahead with your question.
Should these particular, I think I know the answer y'all say, but I'm just going to ask anyway. Should these potential battle royals have different meanings as opposed to just a championship match like that? What else could it be for based on what AEW is now?
No, it has to be for a championship, right?
I mean, before you to have so many, I mean, if this is how you want to get your contenders, hey, it's fine, but spread it out a little because I feel like they just had this.
So this
Like I'm missing something.
This could be a good thing. It might develop a new star. Somebody out the eye's not even on. This could develop a new star. A new storyline could develop from it. That's looking at the bright side. Although this is a repeat, it could be a new star developing from it. But to your question, Lonnie, it has to be for a championship. I don't see no other. I mean, what's it going to be for? Not unless it's a. I don't know. I don't know. It has to be for championship, in my opinion.
You know what I think it is going to be?
What?
Ricochet debut.
You think so? I tell you what they're doing. Ricochet, that boy busy right now. That boy far from the ring right now.
Lord, yeah. He's on social media cheesing.
Hey,
cheesing. Hey, he got the right to cheese.
Hey, in all fairness, I ain't even gonna comment on that because I ain't gonna comment on that. But I know that is a good point. It could be his debut. But also, my thought was not to compare because I know, as wrestling fans, there's always to compare. Well, WWE does it over here like this, and AEW does it like that. 10 does. I could equate it to almost like an Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, some kind of prize like that, But it has to mean something. And instead of just having it as bragging rights, though, maybe it can lead to something else down the road potentially. Maybe they choose their champion to face.
Why don't they? When they do another version of King of the Ring, then?
Well, they did it one Heart tournament.
I mean, but I'm saying because
could this be like a Money in the Bank type thing?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what other memorial thing could they get? Because you alluded to Andre the Giant, so I mean, they already doing on Heart.
Well, I mean, like that was just a comparison. Not that they got to pull somebody who's deceased and try to, put their name on it, but like that's just bragging rights though every year. That memorial is just bragging rights because nobody gets no push from that.
Nope.
So
unless you Miss May get a push from it.
Miss who?
Miss May. What Mariah May? She win the on Heart thing?
Yeah. And but she put a stamp on it. She won it. She wrote the sentence, and then she put the exclamation with her shoe. with Tony's shoe, you know what I'm saying? So with Tony's shoe,
definitely.
So that okay. Think about it right now. Just think about it. With her getting that title shot, does that moment overshadow her winning the tournament? What she did to her?
Say that again.
That's what fair be remembered with that. With her bloody face like that, you always remember that.
Perfect. Okay. So if somebody else wins this one and it's meaningful, and they say, okay, you have a year to, ladies and gentlemen, we don't book shows. We just talk about it as fans. What could that potentially be? It's more to come, I guess, on that. But what do you think, audience? What do you think they should have battle royals for? Tell us in the comments. And what the battle royal should be for now. What could be more meaningful at this particular point in time? Let us know in the comments. And we would love to hear about it. We could bring it up on the show, But we would appreciate that. But I want to kind of jump out of order here on the show notes because I really want to talk about this because I keep thinking about it. So let me build it. Let me build it for the people. Tony Khan is on record saying that WWE has been tampering with AEW stars. Whether they got alluded to their contract coming up or whatever the case may be. He says they've been doing it, and he says he thinks they're still doing it. Now, I want to put on record here that this is the same guy who's always been poking the bear, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And when the bear pokes back, I'm not saying if it's true or not, I don't know. But if the bear pokes back any kind of way, then it's like, and this is what I really believe right now. The WWE has been around for years. And they've weathered a lot of storms, a lot of highs, a lot of lows, a lot of people leaving, a lot of people coming back. AEW is kind of in their first real storm, and it's been there for a while. So if that is the case or not, do you think that is what's happening? And if so, what do you think about it?
So, go ahead, Chrome.
I mean, they probably talking to some people over there. And because, I mean, really, I feel like Tony has done the same thing. Because Tony, Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson, Edge, they kind of came over AEW quickly after they left WWE. So you would think he was in talks while they were still under contract with WWE? I mean, so I don't understand Tony complaining about this when I feel like you've done the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would add,
Of course, people gonna have contracts. They're gonna try to see who got the better money. They're gonna see who got the better deal. That's what an independent contractor. That's what they a lot of wrestlers call themselves. Independent contractors. That's what you're supposed to do. Find what's best for you. What's benefiting you more.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably talking to both companies.
So Fightful Select posted an article I read today. I'm pulling it right here. So Tony Khan is on record in this article. Let's see. This article was posted August 16th. So Tony Khan is on record saying, I've had a lot of wrestlers come to me, and he's alleging that these wrestlers are saying that WWE has reached out to them, right? And asked them to break their contracts, right? So, but then the article goes on to say, Fightful Selects report numerous sources close to the Lucha Bros, and they name their names, Lucha Bros, that they say they've been pretty open in claiming that they've had talks with WWE already, and that there is a preliminary offer on the table similar to that of what AEW has offered, right? So, to your point, Crump, this is sports, right? This is sports. People, athletes do it all the time, especially if we're going to negotiate like we talking about football. These things happen all the time. There's always contracts seeing who has the most money, because at the end of the day, these athletes put their body, their soul on the line. So I mean, at the end of the day, especially now, it's not like it was back in the day. Now they want that dollar. They want, you know what I'm saying? If we're gonna do all this, we want to get paid. So
money, yeah.
Lonnie, you poke the bear. The bear got the most money. And the bear
got
gonna
all
drop
the money. Got all the honey.
Money, got all money. The bear gonna drop the bag, you know. And I think it's to the highest bidder. So I don't see where Tony Khan's going with it. Like it's not like foreign. Like these things happen all the time. And like we know Tony Khan had to talk to Edge, right? They had to be some type of conversation.
Wrestling came from WWE.
I can remember. You remember when I remember specifically RC? I had text RC because I was trying to watch. What show was that? I cannot remember. When Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole debuted for AEW. Was that the same show that CM Punk had his first match at AEW against Darby Allin?
Dang, I don't know if that's the same show now.
Okay, I think it was in Chicago, but nonetheless, I can remember texting RC, "Hey man, what happened?" Because I couldn't. I couldn't get on, right? RC, you know our bro, bruh. That's what he texts, bruh, right? And of course, I watched the highlights that next day. But I can remember Pacific legends in the business. One Pacific that I'm not going to name because RC don't like him. But but he was on record saying, "If
you
I
should
was,"
name the name.
it was Mick Foley.
Oh,
But he said if he, and I'm just going to paint the picture for what it was, right? When he was talking about if he was still active right now, he probably wouldn't go to WWE because AEW is kind of where it's at right now. I'm just paraphrasing that because he say that they didn't have good storylines at the time and things of that nature. But my point is, that was on an all high. But and this can go so many different ways, ladies and gentlemen, because so much has happened between these two companies together. Yes, all these people came over to AEW from WWE. But then when you think about a Cody Rhodes, who's claiming, yeah, but Cody Rhodes come on and said, when Cody Rhodes come on records and says, the reality is AEW doesn't happen without me. He said that, and he left. And he left. Then shortly thereafter, you got Jade Cargill went over there, right? And then CM Punk eventually left and went over there. Then you got Andrade back over there. You know what I'm saying? Then you had a lot of people, and unfortunately, you're talking about Tampering. If I'm a talent, I'm looking at all of this. All these people you done brought over. Keith Lee barely been on TV. Adam Cole stayed injured. Daniel Bryan got injured multiple times. Adam Copeland injured. Now, these things happen in the business. We know this. But look at all this, because Adam Copeland is saying that he feels free wrestling over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you have legends in the business talking about that's not wrestling what they're doing over there. You don't have to bleed every match. You don't have to bang your body up there. You got to protect each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you got, but then on the other side, you got other ones who want to come over there because they like those things. So it's always, to Sean's point, it's always going to be that bidding war. Just like it is in football, just like it is in basketball, baseball. If you got, Booker T says, checks and championships.
I mean, and at the end of the day, if we, to use Jade Cargill's analogy, like, she wanted a bigger platform. WWE is going to offer you a bigger platform. It's going to offer you more deals. I mean, it's going to offer you much more than just there in the ring. You know what I'm saying? They're all over the world right now. So, I mean, that's attractive too.
Yeah, and I feel like it's what fits you. If you was a wrestler, what fits you and where you at in your career also.
Yep.
Because, like you said with Jade, she wants to be on that bigger platform and be that star and get more time in the ring. And she wasn't getting that AEW. With another example, Edge ended his career pretty much. So he's going over just to have fun and be free.
Right.
Just like Daniel Bryan.
He was so
have certain matches that he wants to have.
He was so free on that gauge.
Yeah. But it's like that. It depends on where you are in your career and what you want to do and what you believe wrestling is. So that's who you talking to and how much you want to get paid. So why not see what your options are? You'd be dumb not to.
So is it a bad thing? If they are tampering, like he says, is it a bad thing?
Well, that's the term he's using. I think it's just business. When you say tampering, to your point, Sean, all these people ain't just jump ship. Oh, I'm done here. Let me just go over here. No, it's conversations, man. Come on now.
Yeah.
It's conversations, man. You need to, and then on top of that, what the key point people missing is that these wrestlers in different companies are friends. They can say all they want about, management reaching out to talent. Man, it could be the friend bugging the ear. Like Will Ospreay was on record saying he want Ricochet to come over to AEW because he's doing 3-minute matches on speed.
Right. Planted that seed.
Exactly. So what? Tampering?
And shoot, everybody talking about how relaxed, how the environment has changed in WWE.
Oh yeah, that's attractive. A lot of people.
Hey, because CM Punk said on the app,
of all people, CM Punk,
he can request a day off on the app.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's attractive. You're talking about a relaxed environment now. People are really getting a chance to do what they want to do. Well, not do what they want to do, but do them. You know what I'm saying? So
I think he kind of the wording. We could talk about it all day. Tampering. I understand trying to get people to, if he says that to try to get people to break contracts, that's one thing. But at the same time, tampering, when you know somebody else been tampering with other contracts. I mean, come on now. How does CM Punk, when he came to AEW, Bryan Danielson, said I think he had a meeting with Vince McMahon before he decided to leave WWE. And I think Vince asked him why he wanted to go over there. His answer is, I kind of want to bleed.
Oh,
Right?
man.
Now, CM Punk shows up, who hasn't wrestled in, what was it? At that point, was it 7 years at that point or something like that?
Yeah, so.
Something like that. And he said, he dropped the bomb. And he pretty much said Bryan Danielson was coming over there. He was out of contract, but he was coming over. So tampering is a big word. But Adam Cole, I had no idea. You know what I'm saying?
The same night.
Yeah. And then that's what happened. And if you listen to another podcast they could tell you about, they were talking about that recently, a Mad Camp podcast. So, all these different things that happened back then when things start changing, the moving of the guards, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Of like new management. So when you see a lot of people in business who say, Vince McMahon's not there now in WWE, so it's a more relaxed environment to that point. But then you see on this eye, like, man, I don't know if they take care of talent. People are gonna always be looking, man. People are gonna always be looking. Like, it's not always the management; it's the talent itself. They're friends, people. They're friends. Come on over here, man. You can do this. We can do this. We can make this kind of money. Come over here, man. You can be home with your family more. Yeah. Or you can wrestle in multiple promotions. All these different things. It's always going to be an interest. So tampering, right, I think, was a wrong word to use. Especially when you poke the bear the most. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, because they stay mentioning them all the time. So
yeah,
that is my take on it. But I want to, as we continue to transition here, I want to talk about something here. As a legend in the business, from a legendary family, wrestling has more than one royal family, right?
Yeah.
That's what he say.
Did you say yeet? Oh, okay, that's what's up.
Who? He said yeet?
Did he say yeet? I think he said yeet.
No, that's an A. But
But talk to fellas, Dustin Rhodes, a legend in his business, holds 2 titles in Ring of Honor. Talk to me. What's your thoughts on that? For him being around for so long, because he's been around a long time, man.
Yeah.
From teaming with his father in WCW, Goldust, the artist formerly known as Goldust.
Lord, that was crazy. I just saw that recently. I was like, God, no, that was just ooh.
Electrocuted Gold.
So
he do a lot of stages, bro.
My question is, what do you think about that guy? I think it's pretty cool, actually, for him at this age in his career. But what do you think about him being a legend in the business? And I'm definitely a Hall of Famer. What do you think about him holding it right now? Just want to get a quick take on that. Quick take.
I'm happy for him because he could still go with his age. He's still a top talent in the ring, and him and Sammy Guevara, the champions, just became champions now. And like I say, he's I think champions with the Von Erichs too, the Von Erich family.
Mm-hmm.
So he got two tag team titles at Ring of Honor. So he doing double duty. And like I said, person at his age to do that, and you got to tip your hat to him. And it's another Rhodes doing big things.
Mm-hmm.
And you say, "Oh, you got to talk about my brother all the time. I know he's the WWE Undisputed Champion, but his big brother is still here, still making moves, still getting championships, still showing these young guys how to go in the ring and what to do."
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "I'm a person to look to. I could coach you. I'd be your partner. You can fill a lot of roles. I feel a lot of people look up to him and ask him for advice, and so he deserved it. He didn't get that world champion when he fought Samoa Joe. That was kind of put together kind of last minute, I feel like, but that still became a good moment for him. And then, but now he just showcasing that and that he still can go and he still get shine somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still a big stage because people are still gonna recognize this and see him with these championships, and that's gonna bring Ring of Honor up a little bit because, like I said, he's a Rhodes. That's gonna always be legendary. Everybody always gonna look to that and look for advice from that family. So, like I said, it's cool, man. I appreciate him, and he continue to showcase what he can do.
Man, hats off to him. I mean, he's 55 years old and still moving. I mean, still knocking it down. I mean, it's kind of like our truth. But I mean,
About that age.
yeah. But man, I mean, hats off to him. I think it's a legend. It's more. It solidifies his legendary status. I mean, with a legendary family. So I think it's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. But he's holding 2 championships at the same time, right?
Yeah, two tag team titles. Get with a 6-man tag titles and regular tag team championship in Ring of Honor.
Yeah. All right. So that's pretty cool. Hats off to him, like you said, a legend in the business, still doing it at a high level, being very smart about how he does it. You know, and he's bringing up, you know, kids his as well. You know, so he's bringing it up, and so he's really giving back to it, as well as showing that it don't matter how old, you can still do this if you do it right, which is what
Yeah,
I
I mean,
respect. You know,
him and well, I call him Billy Gunn. I'm Billy Gunn always, but I mean he's the same way. So, man,
Still could have.
Hey, look,
And he just had those 6-man titles too, not too long ago.
Yep.
yeah. I got another comment about that later about how those keep bouncing around people, but
They got a match like the Bang Bang game.
Yeah.
It's like a triple threat 6-man tag. That's a lot of people in the match too. I'm like, Lord, because they still got another team to put in there.
Oh.
So an undetermined team. I can't tell who that's going to be. I can't even tell you. It's going to be like 4 teams. Is that tonight? I think that's tonight on Dynamite.
look, man, the bottom line, you say bang bang, I think about John Weatherspoon, man.
I think about Bang Bang Shrimp from
That boy hungry. Hey, I want to ask you about this. There's a huge announcement for those who don't know about a week or two ago from AEW that they're bringing a large event stateside. So next year, All In will be in Texas, in Arlington, Texas, at the Texas Rangers field, right next to the AT&T Stadium. So, what are your thoughts on that? Hold on. And before you answer that, and they said in 2026 they're going back to Wembley, back to London. So, what are your thoughts on that as well? Is it the perfect time? She did one more year in London and then went to Texas? Or what do you think?
Yeah, I feel like should go ahead. I feel like go different places, man. Wembley is great. I mean, because that crowd, they need more shows in that country because the crowd always going to stand up and be hyped for whatever going on when they rarely get things like this. But I feel like I guess All In is almost like I feel like it's coming to WrestleMania how they presenting it now. Especially they announcing where it's going to be a year out, and it's coming stateside, and so a lot of people going to flock to that, and hopefully they could fill that stadium in America. Because I feel like it's a little easier to do it over there in Wembley because their fans don't get the big shows like this all the time, so they craving it. So it's easier to get the people in there. Stateside, they're in Texas all the time. So are people gonna come from all over the country to come to Texas for this? Is like I said, is this your WrestleMania? I hope so, because like I said, I'm pretty sure they're gonna put on a good card, just like they got a good card this Sunday. It's an amazing card. I'm waiting to see this. So hopefully next year they could pull it off again and get that crowd fill that Ranger Stadium, because that's big. That like I said, they announced in the year out, get people ready, and I think that's part of the way, the strategy to get these people in there. So it should be big.
Hey, shoot, man, you know what, man? We might get out there. You know what I'm saying? That Black Eyed Peas restaurant, boy, they be hitting. But
Boy, can I tell them about the fried cone?
no, look here, they tell them send us a check. We can talk about it all day.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, the Ranger Stadium, right? That's where they're gonna be at, right? So they had a baseball stadium.
Yeah.
So they baseball stadium. It sits about 48,000 people. So that's the key. Yeah, you're gonna do an event, but are you gonna be able to sell like you sell it over there across the pond? You know, that's gonna be the real test. I mean, God knows, WWE might plan another show,
Just
right?
around that. Just cause.
Just cause, man. So I mean, we know WWE planning a show the same day right here in Orlando. You know, at the end of the year. So
Mhm.
who to say that? And depending on how things go, you know, depending on who leaves, who goes, that's the thing. Like, you know, who's. I mean, a lot of things are unforeseen. So my thing is, hats off to AEW doing their thing, coming. Now they're about to bring it to Texas. But man, you talking about, hey, everything's bigger in Texas, man. You got to bring it. You got to bring it. You're gonna be able to fill those seats up.
My honest truth right now is I think they're trying to do so much so fast.
Maybe.
I think you should stick in women in London because it's working for you. You know, the fans, because you're taking a break to come back. Not to say the fans won't come back and do that, you know. But if it's working for you over there, why not? You're already doing Chicago all out every year in Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why not just stay over there? I'm not because if it doesn't work, and I hope it does. I want to make that clear. I hope it does. Because it's good for business for the business as a whole. But if it doesn't, you know, yeah, you're gonna learn your lesson. I mean, WWE, I think a couple of years ago they tried to do Money in the Bank in the where they had in WrestleMania next year in the Raiders Stadium, the Legion Stadium, but they ain't selling no tickets. They end up going to Money in the Bank in MGM, and it worked. And you know, nobody really think about that like that no more. But you're trying to put it out a year out in advance, you know, and you really have to build somebody up like that. You know, you have to see things. For me, if I was booking it, I would be like, okay, what match has nobody's never seen before that it really would like? What's the one match that would sell that whole place?
Right. And make some stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you have Swerve. You had, I mean, it's clever. You had Swerve, Monet, and what is her name now? I think it was Athena, right?
That's what it was.
Yeah. So, and speaking of which, side note, why we ain't talking about her? How long she had that title?
Forever. She had
Mm,
a long time, bro.
mm.
Something I
Nobody's
don't
talking
know how
about her.
long, but they need to be. I'm glad they put her on with those two champions with Mercedes and Swerve because she need that shine. She done had that belt so long.
Mm-hmm.
And Ring of Honor, they need more shine either way.
Mhm.
So I'm glad they put her out there for that event to showcase her.
Look, all I'm saying with that, smart moves, and I hope it works out. I just don't want them to do so much so fast. That's what I think they're doing. But I feel like they're trying to keep, instead of them trying, I think you have people in there maybe saying, AEW, we need to slow it down because you have a lot of legends over there with great minds. But then you have another side, I believe, is saying, no, we got to keep up.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's where I think I saw today, again, a quote that I think it was Bully Ray and Mark Henry was talking about. One of the reasons that Cody and Punk left AEW is because not so much the wrestling is what was going on internally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Behind, you know, I think the closest somebody might have got to that is when Cody, when we had that, him and Brandon had that show. I didn't watch it. They had that reality show.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have watched it.
I didn't watch it, but I know some of the things were behind the scenes. And I think I saw Paul White like showing some kind of frustration back then or something on one of the clips or something like that. But my point is, something happened from people who know the business now. Something internally was like I'm probably ain't gonna be able to do it what I want to do here.
Mm-hmm.
So I just hope, you know, Tony Khan just continue with whoever else is leaders over there. Just continue to try to build AEW. Don't try to move. Don't try to keep up with nobody else. You need to try to build up because right now you're still in the season of a storm, and you know you could trying to handle people leaving and coming back and all these different things, or just not happy and all these types of things. You know, try to build on that. Kudos for keep moving. Yes, you should, but don't try to do so much so fast. In my opinion, you know, that's just me though.
I mean, but it could work. It could work.
It could, and I hope it does. I really do. You know, I'm actually contrary to everybody. I know there's a lot of chatter out there, but On this show, we pull for every wrestling promotion. We talk about things we like and don't like, but we pull it for every wrestling promotion to make it because it's good for the fans, it's good for business, it's good for the superstars, wrestler, however you want to say it, to have a place to go to. You know what I'm saying? So that's the fact of the matter. Final thoughts on this.
Where's SummerSlam next year?
We still have yet to determine that.
Okay, cause if they put it somewhere in Texas, it's gonna be crazy. Cause that means fans got to decide. They necessarily. I mean, some of these fans just got money, especially the ones that be sitting close to every show. But you gotta decide. You in the same month. Where you going? If they decide to do that,
right
in Texas, because they can be petty and do that. But I mean, well, I don't know.
WWE, they gonna go. They might go right to the Cowboy State.
Look.
Yeah, but all in all, it's great. It's gonna be a big show. Like I said, the way they built the last two All In, and especially this one coming up, I'm excited for this one. I feel like they could do it again next year, and we never know who's gonna be in the company by this time next year.
Okay, so with that being said, since you're excited, Crump, I'm gonna go down the list, Crump and Sean. I want you to tell me your predictions. Your final predictions.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Timeless Tony Storm versus Mariah May.
I'm gonna go Mariah May.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Tony Storm.
Okay. MJF versus Will Ospreay.
Man, I'm gonna go with Will Ospreay.
I just know MJF gonna pull some mess. You know what I'm saying? But I really want Ospreay to win. I want to go for Ospreay.
Okay. Jack Perry versus Darby Allin.
Oh, Jack. Off top. Because he deserved this right now.
Jack Perry.
The Casino Gauntlet match. We don't know what's going to happen there. So, but
Ricochet.
If he changes his name, let's change his name.
Yeah, right. Dang. Oh. If not him, then shoot, I don't know. I really want him to go because I want him to Samantha's situation. Anyway, that's them to figure out. Ain't nothing for me to worry about.
Right.
Sean, do you have any like predictions about who may show up that you might pick, or like a free agent out there?
Nah, man, I don't know what to expect out of that one.
Okay, no problem. Chris Jericho versus Hook.
It's time for Hook to get that back. Herman get that back. Come on now. I thought he would get back last time. He need to go in and do it right now.
I'm going with the learning tree.
Okay.
Lord.
Mercedes Martinez versus Dr. Britt Baker. DMD.
Nah, we're going with that Mone. We're going Mone. Well, Kamille got to show her work.
Yeah, Mercedes gonna pull this one out, and who knows? Old girl might come and get her rematch.
There you go.
Look, yeah, she got a match too. You think her and is it Tiamo Hashimi versus Chris Statlander and Stokely Holloway? Who you think gonna win that? With a stipulation and all out.
Oh man, Willow better win that.
She better.
Okay. Okay. Full on transparency because there's too many people in this doggone match. I feel like I'm looking at 100 names right now. Who gonna win this AEW World Trio Championship?
The team that's not named yet.
To be announced, I'm gonna go with the Bang Bang Gang.
The Bang Bang. No, I think the team that's not named yet.
Who you think gonna be in it?
They can put any three together and put them in there. Top Flight could find their way in there because they got a team building up with them. They got like a new type of stable type of thing, so I think they could get in there.
Wait a minute. Name the teams real quick.
Patriot.
It's Christian and his people,
Okay.
Kill Switch and Bang Bang Gang, House of Black, and it's a team that's not named yet.
The Blackpool Combat Club.
Oh, well, dang. You think so? Oh, they winning then. That's why I said team not named. Well, there you go. That's what I'm going. I already said it. I was like anyway.
We could.
Yep.
Okay.
They like that though. Whether they right or wrong.
That was tonight anyway. So never mind. So that's probably what he got it from. Okay.
All right. Three-way match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Yeah, I feel like it's a rematch from last year, to be honest with you, with one of the teams, with two of the teams in there.
What
The
they
Young Bucks, the FTR, and the Acclaim.
the Claim need to win that. They need to win that.
Yeah,
If they don't, then it's going to look bad on them because they trying to they trying to have that serious tone to them. And the other two already had their match last year, so I feel like Acclaim need to get the shine off them.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. They clean.
All right. We kind of already alluded to this one about Swerve Strickland and Bryan Danielson, but this again for the people who may be joining it late. What's your pick there?
The Swerve sound, something like that.
Yep, Swerve.
Bryan Danielson go out, fighting, giving it all he got, but Swerve just showing that he's the man right now.
Or will this be when you hear that "Here Come the Money" song?
Oh Lord, please don't mess this match up with him.
Look, he need to chill out in the ring right now, man. Last time he was in there, it didn't work out for him. And he ain't even do nothing.
Oh boy,
You know what I'm
that
saying?
was embarrassing.
I
Embarrassing.
don't think he returned back to the ring, but who knows? He might show up. He might show up at this pay-per-view.
I don't know if Shane, he might, but I don't see Shane coming somewhere and not jumping in the ring once or twice. Like that's what he's done his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it just nothing to say, But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Final predictions for AEW All In. We come to the end of our show, this episode of the Champions Corner, where we talk some great things. I know you're going to enjoy it. We're very entertaining, we're very inspirational, and we also know that we're very informative. So we'll see you soon. Thank you for joining us. Looking forward to the next episode. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. Let them know that we're here. We would greatly appreciate it. Everyone, have a good night. Peace.
Peace.